Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see Philadelphia against Atlanta. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Harrison Barnes.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Well, we know we're still early in this season. For guys that are new to a team, Greg, how long does it take to get comfortable with terminology and philosophies and schemes?
You know, it depends on the roster, Devin. I mean, some teams, they pick it up quickly. Others, when you got new personnel, new coaching staff, new philosophy, it can just take a little longer. So patience from the coaching staff, vital.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Outside, Wall. Clock at 6. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one, good.
No panicking, John Wall, when the clock is running down. Nice job of keeping his poise from the vet there.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Atlanta's head coach. The last thing Coach wants to see is a run of easy dunks for Blake Griffin. He talked about key cutoff areas around the elbow, wing, and high post. Coach called it playing big. He doesn't want his players giving up multiple steps to open areas of the court. He wants everybody jumping off their feet. The lob goes up. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And he makes both free throws.
You know, I think opponents have learned it the hard way. I mean, Walker is not a guy you want to put on the foul line. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Wall against Walker. Wall, that's good.
And that wasn't easy, but he takes pride in being able to hit contested shots.
Thompson outside. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Well, that's exactly the guy you want to set up. I mean, Klay Thompson feels like every shot he takes is going in.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Philadelphia. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it for sure, as it is anytime you make a bunch of mistakes. All they had to do was follow their game plan, and that's exactly what they did.
And here's Wall after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Barnes with it and guarded by Capella. That one goes in.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Outside Griffin. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now here's Wall. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Winslow's checked in for Griffin. And Murray's subbed in for Kemba Walker. Winslow. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Lets it go. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Well, you know exactly why they let him have that shot.
Barnes passes to Robertson. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes outside. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Thompson finds Murray. Now here's Capella. Pass to Winslow. Out to Thompson. Three-pointer. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
He was wide open. That miss clearly on him.
Barnes passes to Sanders. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Barnes outside. Puts up a deep three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Philadelphia leading by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Murray with the bounce pass. And here's Anthony for 3. Capella kicks to Thompson. Buries it from 3-point range. Thompson's got 9 points.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
Now Wall. He's got 6 for 3. He's off on that one. And so it's Philadelphia with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Here's Morris after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Here's Griffin. Crowder pulls it in. It's Allen on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Murray against Allen. He's here trying to break free. Allen's shot is off. Philadelphia leading by 4. And it's Murray, that time on the assist by Collison. Murray's got his first basket of the night.
I like the balance that Collison strikes between passing and scoring.
And Labissiere throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg. Everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Some changes. Barnes is checked in for Labissiere. Andre Robertson comes in for Allen. And John Wall subbed in for Jones. Walker's checked in for Philadelphia. Winslow dishes to Walker. Pass to Morris. To the paint. From in close. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Atlanta trails by 4. Robertson the pass to Wall. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lays it up off the glass. Wall's got 8.
You know, sometimes you see the edge to Wall's game come out in these situations. Tight defense inside, contact, and he just is determined not to be denied.
Now, here is Morris. 8 points his last outing. Griffin's shot is off.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. But it doesn't happen often.
Here's Wall. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Hey, there's no denying it. John Wall has some of the best handles in the NBA. And if you're not careful, he'll make you look real bad.
Now, here's Walker. An 11-point game for him in the win against Indiana. On the wing, Murray. 6 on the shot clock. From past the arc. Another miss by Philadelphia. And it's Wall with the ball for Atlanta. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Barnes looking around. Crowder sets a screen for Barnes. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Philadelphia, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And finds Walker. 1:51 left to play in the first half. Griffin passes to Walker. Over Wall. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Morris with the rebound. Philadelphia shooting 43% from the field. Down low. They need this one. That's in there. Murray with the assist. And Philadelphia leads by 2.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Sanders checked in for Atlanta. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Jay Crowder. Philadelphia also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Morris. Anthony comes in for Winslow. And it's Thompson in for Murray. .109 left in the first half. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And Sanders kicks the Wall. Back to Sanders. And finished off by Sanders.
Throwing it down with some nasty attached to it.
58 seconds left here in the second. Walker the pass to Griffin. Here's Thompson. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Capella.
Boy, Capella doing a nice job being physical and getting those second chance buckets to go. Coaches love that.
Aldridge with a screen on Walker. Pass to Aldridge. On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Anthony. 6 to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Walker with a clean look. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. Wall against Walker. Wall's shot is good. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter.
Really like Wall's attitude on offense in this game. He's doing everything he can to create points.
Walker the pass to Carmelo. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Philadelphia leads by just 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
And taking a look at Atlanta, they haven't looked intimidating thus far. The hunger to improve just isn't there. That worries you. I'm starting to feel that this team needs a culture change. They're clicking from outside, hard cuts to the ball, and a few bone-jarring screens. Man, they have a high quality of looks.
They've been cashing in on those. We'll see if the sharp shooting continues. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
So it's Atlanta now. They trail by 3. And here's Robertson. Still yet to score. Stolen by Thompson. Outside Griffin. Pass to Walker. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And here's Wall. Over Walker. Wall's shot is off. Walker against Aldridge. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Thompson. Walker's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Philadelphia. All taking his time here. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Wall against Walker. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Anthony. Takes it off the glass. Anthony's got the lead up to 7 now for Philadelphia.
And this close into the cup, Anthony makes it look easy. Nice soft touch on that one.
Here's Aldridge. Nice D from Griffin.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Thompson for the triple. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
Well, Thompson is having no trouble finding himself shots, and he'll just keep pouring them in as long as he can.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Wall. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Just 5 on the clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Thompson misses. Atlanta trails by 10. Barnes passes to Wall. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court from outside off the mark. For Atlanta, they've gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Here's Wall. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And that's too close. When Wall gets a shot that deep inside, it is almost automatic.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Atlanta making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Murray's checked in for Philadelphia. .144 left to play here in the third. Pass to Anthony. Griffin kicks to Murray. And here is Anthony, covered by Barnes. Shot clock at 6. From the wing. And Anthony gets it to go. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now here's Barnes. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now Sanders, after the missed 3 by Carmelo, and the dunk by Barnes.
Now we've talked Barnes is athletic, he's strong, but he also has good bounce, so he gets up fast to ram it home.
Outside Griffin. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Capella sets a screen for Griffin. Offline with his 3. Atlanta trails by 8. Robertson dishes to Barnes. Inside. Off with the layup. And so it's Philadelphia in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Philadelphia leading by 8. Walker with it. Winslow kicks to Thompson. A three-pointer off the mark. Wall against Murray. O'Neal wide open. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 3rd assist on the night. Philadelphia shooting 43% from the field. Outside, Walker. it good.
Boy, the heart of Walker, that competitive spirit, he's never afraid to go inside, and he's got a lot of different ways he can score in there.
Now here's Crowder. On the wing, Jones, guarded by Walker. There's O'Neal with the three. And Winslow pulls it down.
I think everybody in the building expected him to make that collective shot.
Here's Thompson. Shoots over O'Neal. Thompson misses. And here's O'Neal. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. 7-point differential. Outside, Wall. O'Neal sets the screen for Wall. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up on Tuesday and then on Thursday. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Philadelphia?
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
You know what they came to see? Me, never on my level, even if we in the same league. Talking too much on the court, you a pipsqueak.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Sanders checked in for Markieff Morris. Aldridge comes in for Crowder. Barnes, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Andre Robertson in for Jones. And then for Philadelphia, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Morris. Blake Griffin comes in for Winslow. And Anthony subbed in for Jamal Murray. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during that last break, I heard Philadelphia's coach as he addressed the team. He told them pedal to the metal, adding, we're ahead out here, but it's not over yet. Don't start celebrating in your head when there's work to be done on the floor. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. And so Walker nails both of them. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Now, here's Wall. Pass to Aldridge. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The league's long-distance Bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
You take a look at Thompson, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
And it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Now here's Griffin. Here's Thompson. Shot clock at 5. No good from 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Got to be crafty in close.
Philadelphia leading by 9. Here's the teardrop. Barnes rips down the rebound. And it's Barnes with the ball for Atlanta. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. It's stolen by Capella. Thompson. And get the 3.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Barnes. Jacks up a 3. Knocks down the 3.
Boy, you got to respect the long-range accuracy of Barnes now. When he gets a little daylight, he's dangerous from the perimeter.
Barnes against Anthony. Outside Griffin. Now Capella. Sanders with the steal.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Anthony, and that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Anthony drawing the double team. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia. James Capella at the line for two.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Wall, it's in.
And this is why Coach trusts Wall in these situations. He has a knack for making the right play at the right time.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Third personal foul, fourth team foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Atlanta calls timeout. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Wall. That's in there.
Having a whole lot of trouble dealing with Wall. He's been a problem.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and look for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Atlanta calls timeout and wants their best move at this point.
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look. John Wall wants the ball in these situations. A prime-time player who knows how to deliver.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Here's Anthony. 3. Good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Klay Thompson.